The trajectory of our life is the result of a combination of choices that we've made. Now, have you ever made a choice and what seemed like it was a very small or minute choice, it ended up changing things tremendously? The choices that we make in life are way more powerful than you may even fathom to imagine. In this video, we're going to talk about the significance of choices that we make in our lives, big or small, and we're going to talk about how they could change things. In this video, we're going to talk about choices that we make in our lives and their significance in the trajectory of our lives. Let's talk about it. Everyday choices, they influence how our life is going. For an example, just waking up and saying to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym today. Doesn't seem like much of a choice, right? But now as you start to go to the gym, that becomes a habit. It becomes embedded in your daily routine. That small thought in your head that I need to go to the gym, now it starts to weigh in on your life and your health, and you really didn't think much of it but to just go to the gym. Think about it. Now, our choices, they don't only affect us, they can also affect other people. For instance, they could affect our relationships, our energy, and even the environments that we are in. As far as relationships, we could choose to be honest, kind, loving, caring, and those type of things to whoever it is we choose to be with. We could also choose to be selfish, evil, manipulative, so on and so forth. What you put out into your relationship is what you're going to receive back. Sometimes it could even come back multiple fold. The same is true as far as our energy. You could take your energy and you could use it for good, aka you could help other people out. You could be kind to other people, so on and so forth. Or you could take that energy and you could mistreat people. You could try to get over on them. You could use them for whatever they could do for you. But we all know that comes with karma. Bad karma at that. I don't know how you feel about karma, but karma is a bad mother effer. And karma never loses. So why not just take and be a good person and give good energy no matter what we may receive on the other end. Now, as far as with our choices, choosing to be a good person to others, it could help inspire them. Maybe they were good to other people and they didn't receive the same in return, and now you just choosing to give out good energy, that could inspire somebody to be back, on the caring side, and that might inspire them to be more open and good to other people once again. Now, when it comes to making decisions, there's two ways you could think about it. You could think about it in a fixed mindset, or like I like to think about it, you could be stuck in your way of thinking. And yes, that might work for right now or the near future, but there's a growth mindset that you can have also, which will change the ultimate trajectory of the direction that your life is heading in. So you could either choose now or you could choose later as far as when you make a decision in this moment. So what I want everybody to do is, just take an extra few seconds and make the right choice. Not for me, not for anybody else. You have to make the right choice for yourself. And nobody could tell you that you're right or wrong. Well, they can, but you don't have to really feed into it too much, depending on who that person is and how much you value the relationship with them. A fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, it goes hand in hand. Now, when it comes to decision making, a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset is going to go hand in hand with a fear-based choice versus a purpose-driven choice. Now, fear-based is when you sit and you just make a decision, and like I stated in one of my previous videos, you become outcome dependent. And when you're purpose-driven, you know that ties in with having your faith in whatever it is that you believe in, and you're not going to just make a decision based on what you feel like the outcome would be. Now we have to always stay purpose driven, keep our faith in whatever higher powers you believe in, and that will have you with a growth mindset. You know, it's like a weave of just greatness, and they all tie in with each other. Now, a lot of times we tend to be very shaken, when it's time to make a choice. A lot of times we're not thinking about the bigger picture, we're just thinking about right now. So when that instance happens, we have to start just relaxing a little bit. Take a few seconds to yourself and, come up with a very logical decision and not just base your decision off of fear in the current moment. Like I've said before, my acronym that I use for fear is forget emotions and roll with it. FEAR. I think that would fit pretty nicely in this discussion right now. Now, everything going on and you in the process of making decisions and everything is starting to align. At a certain point, as you're making the decisions, those become habits, and now you start to feel the power in your choices. Now you start to take your control back. That reminds me of a time when I was in a bad relationship, and it seemed like no matter what, I did not find peace, and I just could not make my partner happy, like no matter what I did, so at a certain point, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna really get tired. And I had to make the decision to start putting myself first over trying to make someone else happy that's not happy within. Now, by making that decision, I took my control back, because I can control making myself happy. I can't control making someone else happy. Either they are or they're not. And I could only add to their happiness, or compliment it would be a better word for that. Now, by making that choice and now having my power back, it's just such a rush. It's invigorating. It's all of those good words. Feel like a whole weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And that right there is more priceless than anything I could think of off of the top of my head. That moment when you realize how powerful your choices are and you make the right choice for yourself. Not just for the moment, but that choice that's gonna change your future. So I want you to understand that just one choice could change your whole entire life. What that choice is, I can't tell you, but I'm sure there's something that you want to change in your current life right now. And you have the choice to either make a change to go towards that, or you have a choice to not do anything and stay where you're at. And by staying where you're at, no, that might not be a bad thing. I'm definitely not saying that, but come on, let's be honest. We all want something more, something different. You have the power to make that change by making a choice. Think about it. Now, starting to make different decisions, different choices, it's not an easy thing to just start doing. You got to take a more practical approach to things. Maybe you start jotting down in a notebook or a journal or something like that. You could start being more mindful when it's time to make your decisions. Think about it just a little bit longer, a little bit more thought into everything. And you also can ask yourself why. Why do I want this? Why do I want to change that? Which, by you asking yourself that question, is going to make you think about it, which will lead to the mindful decision making. Now, even as you wrap up your day or sometime throughout the evening time, you could start to ask yourself, what choices did I make today? Think about what choices you made that could lead you to the trajectory of life that you really want. And think about the choices that you could have made differently. You could have, maybe even you didn't think about them and make the wrong decision, but just reflecting on things throughout your day will greatly help you to identify exactly where it is that you want to be, and that will help you get you there. What I want you to do is think of something that you know you needed to make a choice on, something that you've been avoiding, a choice that you've not taken head on. I want you to let me know down in the chat. You don't have to say what that choice is, but let me know if you've been avoiding making a choice. Now, it could be a small choice, it could be a major choice. Just let me know. Yes, I've been avoiding making a choice. No, I haven't avoided making a choice. Always remember, every choice counts, and every choice will change the trajectory of your life. Not always right now. Sometimes they change the trajectory of your life in the future. Just be more cautious of that. That's all I'm asking. Also, again, in the comments, you can write down one choice that you're gonna make that could change the trajectory of your future. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I understand, that's fine. Just trying to help get some engagement and let people know that they are not alone in whatever life situation they're going through. Everybody, also, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if anything in this video resonated with you. I really do appreciate it. Everybody take care, stay blessed, stay elevated. I'll see you in the next one. Salute.